set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined as always by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. You look at the Rockets. They've hit a rough spot here early, but still have plenty of time in their season to find their way out.
Checking out Houston, they've just confounded their hometown fans. I mean, this was not a team that was supposed to be on the bottom looking up.
Yeah, it's too bad for their fans because I think they felt like this would be a good season, one that they could be excited about and maybe even look to the future for even better times. But this has been a real struggle to this point.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Taking a look at the Rockets, Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. Beverly and Harden man the backcourt, and it's Ariza in at the small forward.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
Well, Nikola Pekovic, a battering ram style of play, but really soft hands for a big guy. I think that combination makes him one of the most effective inside scorers in the league.
Now here's Wiggins. Harden missing his last shot. And the wide open shot from Pekovic. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket. The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this one after the win against the Heat.
How about the box score from that game? The accuracy from the three-point line, just remarkable.
Yeah, it was a stream of threes that allowed them to repeatedly deflate that crowd.
And that one's good. Garnett's got himself on the board with three there.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
Shot to stop the run, and he lays it up and in.
Well, it took a while, but somebody finally got a shot to go.
You know, I was starting to get a little concerned for them. I mean, it hadn't been pretty to this point.
Now let's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Kevin McHale.
We talked about the challenges posed by a player like Ricky Rubio, such a tremendous passer and floor general. Coach said, we know he can make plays, but making shots is where he's been less effective. We need to focus on staying home and forcing him to beat us with his scoring. Guys, we'll see if they can limit his highlight reel dimes. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Wiggins. He's guarded closely. There's the triple. Rebounded by Howard. The Rockets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
The Rockets, to me, are an emerging factor in the West. Not 100% sold on them being championship caliber, but I still think you've got to give that front office a lot of credit in terms of what they got out of the superstar tandem of Harden and Howard. I think it's a strong foundation of scoring and defense.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Rockets trail by 6. Beverly with the ball. He had 15 points last outing. Rubio misses. Boy, the Rockets came out smelling like a rose, didn't they? Bringing in Howard, but some luck along the way, too. You remember the Chris Paul Lakers trade that was vetoed? Steve, the Rockets would have gotten Pau Gasol in the deal.
And then not Dwight Howard because they wouldn't have had the cap room to absorb him. So, you know, they're probably glad that in hindsight that deal fell through because Dwight Howard, the younger and more talented player, when you think about his comparison to Gasol. That's 3 in a row, guys. 3 three-pointers consecutively. These guys are just raining in shots.
Yeah, the defenders can't be as soft as they've been on the perimeter there.
Now, here is Harden. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against Golden State.
He was a factor defensively as well. He blocked 2 shots. I thought he changed several others.
1:57 left in the first. Out to the wing. Wiggins dishes to Rubio. Martin for 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 4 assists in the game. Rockets trail by 7. Beverly, the pass to Jones. That's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Jang, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Payne comes in for Kevin Garnett. Gary Neal's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Levine subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Houston with a big group substitution here. Monty Eunice is checked in for Howard. Smith comes in for Terrence Jones. Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. They get the rebound. Here's Levine, and he banks in the layup. Levine's got his first points of the game.
Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
Zach LaVine, a bit of a late bloomer. Wasn't a top recruit until he hit a late growth spurt in high school. Now he's a 6'5" combo guard. Came out of UCLA after one season. Still a bit unproven, but one of those upside picks because of his athleticism and shooting range.
Snatched up. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
And a chance to see where James Harden ended up in the rankings last season. 5th in scoring, 10th in free throw shooting. And he also finished in the top 20 in assists. So this is a guy who really did a nice job of sharing the ball with his teammates.
And Steve, he was definitely one of the most reliable, efficient scorers in the NBA. I mean, his top 5 ranking put him right there in the ranks of the elite scorers.
The first free throw is good. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
You know, last year the Wolves proved they were competitive. No teams pushed them around. But in the Western Conference, being competitive isn't enough to get you to the playoffs.
Rockets trail by 6. On the wing, Jason Terry. Another miss by Houston.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
You got that right. I mean, he'll do it from three-point land or anywhere on the perimeter, really, because he is a deadly shooter. You've got to do a better job defensively.
Now, here is Harden. Not a lot of room. Eunice kicks to Harden. 2 on the clock. Here's Smith. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
A very important call here to make. It hopefully is pretty clear cut here on the tape.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They got Terry. Monty Eunice out there with Smith. Then there's Brewer. And it's Harden in at the shooting guard.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Terry outside. Pass to Harden. Monty Eunice kicks to Terry. Pulls it from the elbow. And that one hits back iron.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Here's Neal. Smith with the block. They get it back. With the break of the action, here is the 2K leaderboard to show us the league's best shooting teams last season. 5th best, the Rockets.
Hard to shoot the ball any better than they did. They weren't the best in the league, but they were pretty close.
No good on the free throw.
Well, certainly a story here at the Target Center is the ongoing $100 million renovation to the building. Split 50-50 between the team and the city of Minneapolis. And that's great news for Timberwolves fans.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Payne. Martin comes in for Wiggins. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Gary Neal. Here's Levine. The shot will not go. And Houston the other way now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
That was a shocker, guys, because that had to be a tough one for them to swallow. They were supposed to win that game, but they never got going.
Yeah, and to lose it the way they did, too. I mean, that's where it really hurts, Steve. That's a hard one to take.
And you look at the long list of improvement for the Target Center. New lobbies, new box office, renovated locker rooms, new clubs and gathering areas. Seems like they're getting great bang for their buck.
He doesn't get the second one. In guys, it can be tough to see teams pressuring cities for new arenas. Nice that the Timberwolves can stay put and still get those improvements.
Absolutely, Kevin. You know, this building is good bones, a great location, so it's a pleasure to see the transformation they're making here, and we're already starting to see some of the results of that.
Howard against Pekovic. Howard dishes to Ariza. He kicks it to Brewer. And some nice passing there by Houston. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Ariza. Count that one. Ariza's got it back down to within single digits for the Rockets.
Boy, he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the defense.
Here's Levine, covered by Brewer. Shot from 16. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Ariza. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Trevor Ariza showing increasing comfort with his outside shot. It really makes him a two-way player because he's always been a presence defensively. Long and athletic, able to guard multiple positions.
The Rockets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And for Ariza, Clark, a great rebound, and we know he's a ball hawk defensively.
Yeah, he really is, Kevin. He gets his steals, but doesn't pick up cheap fouls. I mean, he stays in good defensive position and picks his spots, and I think he does a good job of studying his opponent's tendencies. And don't forget, he's an underrated passer, too. This guy has a pretty solid all-around game to him.
Houston's glad they've got him.
I bet.
Outside, Martin for 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
And looking back to last year, they won this season series, as you'd probably expect.
The open shot by Brewer, true on the 14-footer.
Well, you knew the run would come, and here it is. They're playing well now, trying to get back in this thing.
Yeah, pretty good comeback effort here. Rolling along nicely, and they've gotten themselves within striking distance now.
Levine kicks to Rubio. Here's Garnett. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Garnett's got 5. To touch again on Steve's comment, last year they were a playoff team facing a team that went home at the end of the regular season, and Clark, they took advantage.
Yeah, that to me is what makes a playoff team, Kevin. I mean, beating the teams you should beat and then not having any significant letdown.
Now here's Beverly, covered by Rubio. Beverly, the pass to Brewer. He feeds it to Beverly. It's rebounded by Kevin Garnett. Timberwolves leading by 5. Here's Pekovic. Misses in close.
Man, that's too bad. Easy shot there, and you got to knock that one down.
Well, that's a concentration cramp right there. I mean, just lost focus.
Ariza with the bucket.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Here on the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. The 4th spot held by Dwight Howard.
How about the season he had in the paint? Just rebounding numbers were mind-boggling.
Here's Rubio. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Levine. Now here's Rubio. He's guarded closely. Hits from the high post. And the Timberwolves lead by 5. Rockets have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Beverly dishes to Jones. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
But you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
1:43 left in the first half. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, guys, this summer the Rockets lost Omer Asik, Jeremy Lin, and Chandler Parsons, but failed to add a big-name free agent. Coach Kevin McHale admitted, we had a